everyone, so in today's video I will finally be doing an update / Q&A on my second breast augmentation that I had in this past May, so May 2016. If you've been following my whole boob journey, then I know a lot of you have been waiting for this video and wanting to hear if I regretted going bigger, if I think I made the right decision. So that's what this video is going to be about. The reason why I didn't update you all so much this time around was just because I feel like I really beat that dead horse. I feel like I did so many videos before my first surgery and following my first surgery that I just felt like, what more could I say, especially since my second surgery was just a breeze. Like, I didn't feel like I had anything more to add. I felt like my first surgery was definitely more informative and educational just because I did experience the surgery for the first time. This second time around, it was like in and out, like I was getting a cavity filled. Like, it was really easy for me and I wasn't in pain. I took maybe one pain pill after my surgery. It was really like everyone was so shocked. Like, I was up, I was getting a tattoo. I have vlogs from that whole weekend, but honestly the second time around was just a breeze. My video that a lot of people thought was clickbait, which I'm not gonna lie, it kind of was clickbait, but I didn't feel bad because it wasn't like I was like boob job nightmare horror story on 5th Avenue. Like, it wasn't like a clickbaity thing. Like, I've seen some like way worse clickbait titles, like I had sex with my teacher or I banged my friend's dad, when it's really like you banged your friend's dad with a hammer on the head by accident. So I felt like it was okay because I really did say I regret getting the size too big. So it was a little clickbaity, but it was the truth. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Clickbait is all over YouTube. If you are new to my channel and you haven't heard my whole story, I will link my whole breast augmentation playlist about why I got a surgery, my first surgery, how I paid for my surgery, all that stuff, all that jazz, so I don't have to repeat myself. And I'm just gonna answer the questions that you guys asked me from that vlog, and I also asked on Snapchat. So, isn't this phone case so cute? I've been so addicted to phone cases. I'll link this one down below. It's like so mermaidy. It's like all seashells. And in case you're wondering, this is Misguided by Carly Bible. And then this choker is from my online store. It's the blush toned mermaid bracelet, which I think goes really well. So I guess you guys want to see my boobs. I never wear tops like this ever. So whenever I wear a low cut top, people are always like, oh my God, you actually have boobs. I personally, like I've always said, my boob job was for me. I'll call my dad after. My boob job was for me. It wasn't for anyone else. I rarely put them on display, but I love them. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I decided to go bigger. As you guys know, my surgeon is Dr. Hani Sino. I know a lot of you have gone to him for consultations and to get your boobs done. I'm not affiliated with him, but he is amazing. He's so caring and so empathetic, and he's the best surgeon that I could ever recommend. So I will post his website down below in case you want to get in contact with him. And I got my surgery done in Montreal, Quebec. So how many cc's the first and second time size comparisons? So my first surgery was in April of 2015, and I got 300 cc's of a moderate profile of silicone. I don't think it was like specifically gummy bear, but it's by Natrel. I have a paper somewhere. It's probably, you know what, let me go check. I got my little book that I got when I got my surgery, and oops, here are my cards. So I got the Natrel implants, and all it says is Inspira SSF, yeah, 450 cc's, allergen, Natrel. I don't know. That's all I know about the implants. I don't think I specifically got the gummy bear implants, but I did get Natrel silicone implants. First time around, like I said, I got 300 cc's of a moderate profile. And as someone who was as flat as a board and had, you know, 34 AA boobs before my first surgery did give me boobs. I was a small, I'd say like a medium size C, when really I wanted the look I have now. I still don't feel like they look fake. I'm wearing a bra. I'm gonna be honest, typically I wear sports bras. My friends always make fun of me. They're like, you bought these boobs, like you spend so much money on these boobs, like we should put you in a real bra. I wear sports bras most of the time just because I work from home, and you know, if I go out, I wear a real bra and hate it the whole time. But the first time around, I just didn't feel like my boobs were as big as I wanted, and that I didn't get the look I wanted, and I 100% place the blame on myself. When I went in, I was kind of like closed-minded in a way. Even when Dr. Sino tried to explain things to me, I thought that high profile meant I would come out looking like a stripper. And I think honestly, not to put, like, I don't want to put the blame on like YouTube comments, but for some, like, people would comment, oh, I hope you don't come out looking fake. So I felt like almost like this pressure to not overdo it. And so I went smaller than I really should have. And I got asked if I have any regrets. My only regret is going 300 cc's medium profile moderate profile the first time. That is my one only regret. If I could redo it, my one thing I would do over was to go 450 the first time. That was my one regret. I love my boobs. So the second time around, I went in and I had talked to Dr. Sino, and I said, you know, I showed him, I kind of explained to him how I liked it. Like, this is gonna sound silly, but like with my old boobs, I would like, before I go in the shower, I would like hold them up, and I liked the way they looked better. And so I wanted high profile, and I wanted at least 400 cc's. And so Dr. Sino was like, you know what, we're gonna try 385, we're gonna try 400, we're gonna try 450, and we're gonna try 450. So with Dr. Sino, he really doesn't skimp out on the like sample implants that they order. He really wants to like cover all the bases. So I went in thinking that, because right before the surgery, he asked me like, would you be okay with 385? And I was like, I really want to go at least 400. So when I came out of surgery, I was expecting 415. And when he told me 450 cc's, I was like, what? That was my exact reaction. I was like, what? And he's like, we could have even gone bigger. And in hindsight, like when he said that, I was like, don't tell me that, don't tell me that. I don't want to get that in my mind. But there's no way I would want to go bigger. My boobs now, I'm a 34D. Full D. I would not want to go any bigger. I would not want to go any smaller. I am so thrilled with my boobs. They fill out the bathing suits better. They fill out bras better. I just overall love these boobs a million times more, and I don't regret the second surgery at all. And I would do it again. If I had to, I would do it again. I 100% would. The next question is, do I like my second boobs more? I think you guys know the answer to that. I absolutely love my second boobs more. My third boobs. My first boobs, itty bitty titties. Second, I was 34C, and then now I'm like a 34 full D, and I love it. Okay, so this is also a very popular question. Can you feel them inside of you, or do they feel like foreign objects? I don't know anyone who would get a breast augmentation if you could feel them inside of you. I think that would be so uncomfortable, and I don't think I would like that at all if you could feel it. Now they feel like 100% my boobs. Right after my surgery, when I would lift my arm, I would hear like swishing, but that's just from the antibacterial solution that Dr. Sino put in my breast pocket prior to putting in the implant. But I don't feel them at all. They feel like my boobs. They're my boobs. I paid for them, as Dolly Parton would say. And I don't feel them inside of me. You don't feel like, you don't feel the implant at all. At least I don't. I'm sure if you went to like a back alley surgeon in Tijuana or something, you might feel it, but I don't feel it at all. I'm not just saying that they would do back alley surgeries in Tijuana. If you go to a cheap surgeon, who knows? God knows. You have to really trust your surgeon. You're completely giving him your body while you're going into the operating room, and you don't know what can happen. It's a simple surgery, but there's always a risk going into surgery, so you always want to have 110% faith in your surgeon, and I did. You absolutely cannot feel them inside of you. At least I can't, and neither can Tony. What clothes do I not feel comfortable in? Honestly, there's nothing that I don't feel comfortable in clothing-wise. I will say that now with my bigger boobs, I need to be a little bit more careful about flowy things. With my second pair of boobs, 300 cc's, they were still pretty small, so I didn't have to worry too much about flowy clothes. But now I notice, like, if I wear like a t-shirt that's not like super form-fitting, it will tent out a little bit, so I do have to be a little bit more careful. It doesn't stop me all the time, like, I don't care. You do have to be a little bit more careful sometimes with those types of shirts, just because they can make you look larger. So I don't know, like today I'm wearing like a tighter shirt. I do like the tighter clothes now, even though I don't wear them a lot. I do like the tighter clothes, even not just showing off. Like my sister, she's always wearing like these turtlenecks and like long sleeve shirts that don't show cleavage, but it just shows really nice with the curves of the boobs. So there's nothing I don't feel comfortable in. I'm not a person that wears like low cut revealing things often, or ever really. This is as revealing as it's gonna get. Can I sleep on my stomach? I can. I don't think it's recommended that you sleep on your stomach, but like my mom, she has saline implants, which we'll get to in a second. My mom, she got her boobs done like years and years ago, and she has saline implants, and she's always been able to sleep on her stomach. For me, I can't like lay flat like on the bed, like that's not comfortable, but I can kind of be on like a side sort of thing and absolutely sleep on my stomach. If you got like 800, 900 cc's, you probably would have a harder time, but for me, my boobs are still at a very natural size for my body. I have no problem sleeping on my stomach, but you just have to do what's comfortable for you. I remember my first surgery, I wasn't able to like move onto my side for at least like a week and a half, and then for me, like the second time around after my second surgery, I was able to sleep on my side like the day after. So the first time around was definitely more rough. But I had a really easy recovery both times overall. The last question I got is, do I think that silicone is better than saline? And I personally do. My doctor doesn't even offer saline implants anymore. He will do them upon special request. But at the time when saline implants became very popular, they became popular because the silicone was very different back in the day. And at the time, if the implant ruptured and the silicone got into your body, it could be like very dangerous or like fatal. But now in this day and age, now that technology has, come a long way, silicone is not dangerous for your body, and the implants, if they do rupture, knock on wood, if they do rupture, it's almost like a gummy bear sort of thing. So the silicone will just like hover around the tear. It won't spread to the rest of your body. And silicone, actually, contrary to popular belief, looks more natural than saline. For me, I had no desire for saline. I didn't want saline. After talking and, listening and understanding, I wasn't scared of silicone. And honestly, it feels really natural. They jiggle like real boobs. They're not like rocks on a chest. Again, if you go to a bad surgeon, you might have negative experiences, but I haven't. There's always a risk for, what is it called? It's almost like if your muscle rejects the implant and it tightens, and then you can get sort of like a really awful thing and they have to remove the implant and do everything. I was really blessed and I didn't have any of those issues. So it really depends on your body, what you want. Some people do still get saline. Some people prefer saline, but for me, I didn't want saline. And the last thing I want to say is I get a lot of comments on my videos where I talk about my boobs, or I'll even get them randomly, where people will send me questions like, I'm going in for my surgery and I want to get, 415 cc's. Do you think that's too big? Do you think that's too small? What do you think I should do? And honestly, that's really up to you and your doctor. I just did what was right for me, and I think that you really have to do what's right for you. And I'm not a professional. I'm in no place. I have no, degree or anything. I have nothing official to say what would be best for your body. You just have to do what's right for you. What I will say though is go a little bit bigger than you think. I'm not saying go full 100 cc's bigger, but if you're between 485 and 500, go for the 500. If you're in between 365 and even 400, I would say go for the 400, because your implant does decrease in size a little bit after it goes into your muscle pocket. So that's the only thing I can say, is go a little bit bigger than you think. Like sometimes I'll see things like, should I go for 385 or 400? It's like, just go for the little bit of a bigger size. You won't regret it, and the amount of 20 cc's really isn't substantial enough to make a huge difference, but at least you'll know you put in as much as you could put in. I am 100% happy, thrilled with my breast augmentations. Do I wish I didn't have to do it all over again? Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to save some money, but at the end of the day, I am so thankful and so happy that I found an incredible surgeon who gave me exactly what I wanted, and I'm happy that you guys can learn my lesson through me so you don't have to make the same mistake and repay the surgeries. I also want to thank you all so much for, I'll read comments and people will be asking questions about their upcoming breast augmentations. And I love how helpful and supportive my viewers are towards other people in the comment section. There will be some rude people in the comments, and I'll always stand up for the people who are sharing their experience and thoughts, because I don't think that anyone has a right or a place to be rude to another person when it comes to a decision with their body. I feel like in this day and age it's very hard, because like I put my life on YouTube and I talk about my life, but it still kind of bothers me when people try and give me, not advice, but kind of almost chastise me about my decisions and my choices. So I just want to thank you all so much for being respectful in the comments, especially to people who are asking for opinions, and you guys are just so respectful and so great. I'm happy that it's kind of become a healthy place, and I'm happy that I can be here for you guys to answer any questions. Let me know. I didn't feel like I had too many questions to answer, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night depending on when you watch this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.